Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anything Blows. My name's Enrique, and today I'm proud to be joined by River Wilson Ben, Coventry's finest, Coventry, the fighting pride of Coventry, and I haven't had him on for a year, which is crazy.
It's been a
And
long time, bro.
it's been a long time. Great to see you. We've done an amazing podcast. I think we used everything up there, and now we're back to it. River, how have you been since then, and how's life?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I've been busy. I've been fighting loads. I'm an active guy anyway, and especially active in boxing. And yeah, just training hard and working hard and boxing hard. You know what it's like, bro. Live the life.
I love that. And the River Wilson Bent families had another person join the tree, the family tree.
Yeah, man. So I've had a little boy called him Amari River Wilson Bent, and yeah, so we've got a strong family unit now. That's it though. Two and done, two babbies, and yeah, we're happy, man. Just enjoying life. Do you know what I mean? I've got a newborn. I've got a niece turning 3 soon, and it's yeah, everything's good. It's nice.
And would you ever put the little baby boy, little baby girl into boxing, son of a legend, daughter of a legend?
Yeah, you know what? I don't. I'd rather them not. To be fair, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in boxing. And if I'm being honest, I'd rather them not box. I'd like to just do a bit of training, a bit of jiu-jitsu or something like that. But it's going to be hard because they're going to want to do it. Obviously, they've seen their dad do it, and they're seeing the shorts and all the stuff like that. But if I'm being honest, I'd rather them not get punched in the face.
I love that. And as well, when I have a little daughter and a son, I just, yeah, I fear when my friends or like, because I'm a little bit emotional, but when there's someone I'm close with and I see them getting hit, I'm like, oh, now I've learned to calm it down the nerves. But yeah, I wouldn't want to see my child get hit. But talking about that, since I last spoke to you, and I can't believe if can't recall if we covered it or not, but I believe it was in an ice rink. I'm not actually sure. But the Pavel Garage fight, break that one down, decision victory.
Yes, mate. He was. This is going back a little bit, ain't it? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Tough guy, mate. Just hard as nails. He's a foreigner. Come in. It's just hard. Like they don't. They struggle to find me. 'Cause obviously, I was on the comeback then, and they're struggling to find me. Like people to fight because the journeymen and that don't want to box me. Do you know what I mean? So I'd stop them or knock them out. Um, so they got me this tough guy who's a foreigner, and he come in. And he was hard as nails, and he came and he had a hard head, and we had a good fight. And I won every round convincingly, and yeah, it was just another good little win, another a good run out. Like I say, I always say my coach and my manager are very the same, and we've got the same interests. I'd rather be fighting than not fighting. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sit and wait for the. Like, I've been on the big shows and I've earned real good dollar, but I don't want to be sitting waiting around for a big fight and then get a phone call. Oh, you've got 2 weeks or 3 weeks to box, and I haven't had a fight in like a year because I've been sitting around waiting. So I'd rather keep active and just keep moving and yeah, just like I say, keep it moving.
100% because so many wait for the big call, so many wait for that title or the TV platform, but you're being active, you're getting your name out there, and obviously you're well, ring rust isn't. Do you believe in ring rust, by the way?
Yeah, definitely, 100%, man. It's definitely a thing, and the nerves, everything, it all adds up. But yeah, I'm not shy of. I'm never going to get ring rust because I'm in the ring plenty of times. I'm an active fighter, so yeah,
And
my
you
manager keeps me active.
and you've been
Big
very
up
active
John
in.
Peg.
Oh, pardon, sorry, my bad. Cut you off there.
I just, and now so I just said big up John Peg.
Oh, I love that. And so, talking about activity, you've been very active. Then I watched this on the live stream on your Instagram. You fought Ryan Kelly last October, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Talk about that for the Commonwealth Silver, a newly introduced title. Talk about the bout, talk about the contest, and how that came about for you fighting for the Commonwealth
So,
Silver.
so we've always known Ryan Kelly and knew him in the amateurs. He's a good guy. We got along with him. He's sound. I like Ryan. He's a mate. Um, so when the fight obviously got announced, well, got off to us, was fair. But I've recently just changed teams. I've moved away from Brent. I just fancied to try something new. So I moved away from Brent and went with Kyle Wish and Paul Hudson in Cov. Uh, where they train out of. So I went and did that, and it was brilliant. Like I say, it was good. I learned a lot, and I learned a lot of different things. But I think he caught me in the middle of two styles. Definitely, it was a major fight. Like Paul and that didn't want me to take the fight because he said he wanted me to work on the different style and stuff. But it was one of them. Obviously, a big fight came up, and I thought I'm not going to not take it. So yeah, got caught up between two styles, and it was a great clash. It was a great fight. But yeah, it was fair play to him. I thought he won. I nearly stopped him at one point in the fight. I know I hit him and he was nearly gone. And I didn't go for the kill. I just thought I'll get you later, but it never did. And it was a lot of back. It was a very good fight. I thought the scorecards were pretty shit. I didn't think it was that wide on the
Yeah.
scorecards. I mean, definitely not that wide on the scorecards. 100% not. But when they said it was that wide, I thought, bloody hell, I've won this. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Do you
It's
know
one
what
of
I mean? So.
those.
Yeah, one of those ones. 'Cause I thought it was a very close fight. I thought if I'm going to get it, I'm going to just get it. But it was very set up for him. So it was on his home show. I did about 100. They gave me 120 tickets. I did 120 tickets, and all my guys were in the back of the room, and then his ring, the ring, like round the ring, it was all his tables. My tables were at the back of the room, so it was all set up for him, weren't it? But you know
Mm.
what? Big up Ryan Kelly, man. I think he's a great fighter, and hopefully he goes on to carry on. And I know he drew it for his title not too long ago, but he's just got to keep cracking on. He's still the champion, and big up to him.
And comparing him to your past opponents, where would you evaluate him? Obviously, you've got another name coming up in a moment, but where would you put him?
Uh, but as in like the people who beat me.
Yeah, hardest hitters, yeah. But even whoever,
Yeah.
even the winners you've been up against, talk about as a contest the type of fight it was for you.
Oh, mate, it was a great fight. It definitely was. I learned a lot from it as well. As in, like I said, there's some decisions that I made in that ring there, and what I wouldn't have made at the time. I wouldn't have made before. Normally, if I get someone going, I'm going for the kill.
Mm.
And normally I had to go in, and I stopped, and I thought I'll get you later. And that's not. I'll never do that. So lesson learned. That will never happen again. If I've got someone going, they're gone, and that's the end of the day. I'm going for the kill. But back up, he's up there. He's a good fighter. He's tough. He's a hard kid. He's a hard guy. I'll give him that. But out of the lads who beat me, because I've only been beat by good lads, man. Only the good lads beat me.
Yeah.
Like I said, Ryan Kelly did catch me when I know I'd love that fight again tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Like, he caught me at a good time. I was on the move, or just changing styles. Definitely. But now back at Brown, I'm back at home, back at Bulko, and ripping it up, man. Doing my thing.
Love to hear it. So, for the fans that don't know, what gym have you now joined and who's your head coach?
So I'm back at Bulkerton and being trained back with Brent. Do you know what I mean? Like, I thought the grass was green on the other side and realised it really weren't. What I was doing with Paul and stuff, I was doing stuff that me and Brent have tried before, but I feel like, yeah, me and Brent, all the stuff Paul was doing, I have tried before, and he was trying to get something out of me. What doesn't really work? It's not really my style. So I just went back to Brent and we've jowled again perfectly. And yeah, I'm here now.
I love that. And talking about the next contest you had, which was a draw, do you agree with it being a draw? And just before we go on to that one, the Ryan Kelly, do you believe you won 6-4? Do you believe you won convincingly 7-3? Or do you feel like you've done enough on the night to get the victory?
I thought it was 6-4, mate. But you know what? I didn't think when I got there. Not got there after the fight. I thought I'll be lucky. Even the bell went, I was thinking I'll be lucky to get this. But like I said, when they said unanimous decision, I was like, fucking, I've got it. I've got it unanimously because I thought, oh, if it's close, they're going to give it to Ryan. But I thought it was close, and I thought, oh, he might have it. But then even when one of my coachman at the time, Dean, he was looking at me when they said unanimous. He was like, he got this, and then bam, didn't. But hey ho, mate, you know what I mean? This is what I do, man. I lose. If I lose, brush it off, go carry on. Bring on the next guy, man. But yeah.
And just before you go on to the next guy, you talk about that there. And it's a cliche in boxing. Obviously, Tyson Gallagher, when she went to fight for the world title in France, she got robbed. She won 7-3, I believe it was. I had it. Your fight, I was only able to watch it on an Instagram live stream. It's better than nothing, but you can't really tell much from the angle of an Instagram live. But you talk about that. You're going on an away show. Well, the show was built for him, and also all of his people at the front. It's not really 50-50 because you'd put them one on each side, one on the other, but the way it was set up isn't really ideal. Do you feel like in those circumstances, and it's talked about a lot in boxing, especially when you go fight a champion or you go fight in someone's back garden or their hometown, you have to knock them out, otherwise you're not going to win by decision unless you win convincingly, which you did, but the judges gave it the other way.
On the small hall shows, no, I'm not claiming robbery, mate. I'm not screaming robbery at all
No.
against Ryan Kelly. I'm not screaming robbery now. So if I was robbed, I'd say robbed. But I thought it was a close fight, definitely closer than the scorecards were. But yeah. What else did you say now? I've just slipped my mind now.
Yeah, and now we go on to a man who's made his name a little bit in the super middleweight and middleweight division. S.A. Smith knocked down Alfie Gaskin, beat Alfie Gaskin. Recently lost to George Dillon and got put down in the first round, but a draw against you, and he was 2-0 at the time. Do you believe this was a draw or not?
No, gents, it was a draw, man. We fought after round 6. Brent came up to me and said, "That's the first round you've lost." When I come back to the corner, that's the first round you lost. And I went back out there and give him a fucking pound. I can say with Sam, S.A. Smith, what anyone says, that guy is hard as nails. He's hard. He can punch as well. He's a farmer boy. He can punch hard. And he was just, mate, I cracked him with some big digs, and he just kept coming. I was thinking, hey, if I normally catch anyone with them shots, man, they're gone. Or they're wobbled or anything, but no, he weren't. But like I say, if I'm being honest as well, I did have a lot of injuries in camp. People do say as well, I'm not fucking making this shit up, but I had a really bad Achilles at the camp, and I was having a lot of physio on it, and I couldn't run or anything, so it was terrible. That was so. But at the end of the day, big up to Sam Smith. He shouldn't have been a draw. If anyone goes back and watches that fight, they'll go, "How was that a draw?" But it's one of them. Like I said, we move on. I tried getting a rematch with him, but he didn't want it. So I think they were happy. I think they were happy with the draw.
Yeah, it's one of those where they celebrate a draw. Obviously, me going back, and I have to mention it, but it's like when Jamie Stewart drew Florian Marco, they celebrated that draw. Talking about that there, what promotion was it S.A. Smith fight on?
He didn't fight when we boxed.
Yeah, was it small hall or was it on a televised show?
It was a small hall, but it's like GBM, mate. It was on GBM.
Oh, GBM, show. Yeah. Great show.
They were small hall. Obviously, they got the zone now, but mate, I tell you now, GBM are smacking it. Yeah, they're on it. You've been to one of their shows?
Yeah, I've been to the one at York Hall where Tyson fought Reza Ali fought. Yeah, and then Lucas Ballinger won the European, which we're going to go into in a minute.
How's that small hall? Do you know what I mean?
It's not, mate. Honestly, like I said, people always say this word, they're going to do York Hall better than ever, and Tyson said it and everyone else said it. It felt like a big show. It didn't feel like York Hall. Every single tile was covered in LED screens, everything. It was unreal. The production was immense.
Yeah, mate, I tell you, they're smacking. They've got a good team, and there's a good bunch of lads there working behind the scenes, and they're busy, and they're on it. So big up to them boys. Yeah,
and congrats to Izzy Asif now, and obviously with the DAZN contract. So now we go on to this one. Thomas Felses, I don't want to butcher the name, but first round knockout. Talk about that one.
Yeah, so John said he's got another one to show these Excelsior shows, and he's got, mate, all you got to do is do it at table. About £1,500 a table. So luckily, I've got some good sponsors who they're on it. They want to go, and it's like a food experience place. So they went there, munched some food, and it was quite a lot. I like boxing in places like that because you can hear all the instructions that your coach is saying. And this guy was tough. He's a tough geezer. And he come out and I threw a couple of shots, kept my range, threw the backhand a few times, and it was just missing. And so I was like, okay. So I have to go behind. I have to really step in. So he kept stepping back. So I threw a feint, stepped in with the backhand. I missed the backhand, but I've come back with the left hook. And boom, it hit him straight on the chin, and he was gone.
Love that. And now we go to the Matt McCallum fight, which you won via decision on an 8-round contest.
Yes, mate. And another hard geezer. If you know Matt McCallum, he boxed Jordan Reynolds. And I've watched the Jordan Reynolds fight, of course. I watched it, and I thought he beat Jordan Reynolds. To be honest, it was another one of those nights where it's all in Jordan's favour. But yeah, definitely. But there's a messy fight, me and Matt. I'm quite lying, very messy. He made it messy. That's exactly what he did to Jordan Reynolds. He made it messy. But I beat him at his own game. Um, and yeah, they're saying I got counted out for a drop, but he didn't drop me. He stepped on my foot, and then I jumped back, and obviously Southpaw Orthodox stepped on my foot. I jumped back, and they counted me for it. Couldn't believe it. But the ref afterwards come up and he said he watched it back and he apologised. But
Uh,
I thought, mate, you could have lost me the fight then. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
he didn't. He didn't. I was still won clearly, and I got back to my boxing. I fought him at times, and I got back to my boxing here and there. And like I said, this just puts me in good stead now. For Shaq Thompson.
And now the reason I've got you on here and fight news has dropped. You mentioned GBM earlier. GBM and DAZN. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this going to be your first fight fighting on DAZN? Because I don't believe they're the contract when you
Yeah.
last fought.
No. I boxed on DAZN. I boxed Ammo Williams on DAZN.
Oh, of course.
Do you know what I mean? Another good southpaw, world level southpaw. 2 weeks notice, and look what I did to Ammo Williams in 2 weeks notice. I've had a full camp. I would have beat him.
Yeah, you would
You
have.
know what I
And
mean?
talk. Yeah.
So this one's got this Shaq's gonna be in for a surprise. I hope that he's watching all my old fights because that's what he's got to watch.
But he
Hello?
doesn't have the
Yeah,
new
sorry.
River Wilson Ben in mind. So
No,
talk about
but
that.
not even. Go on.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry, bro. Sorry. No,
No,
go ahead.
carry
Go
on.
ahead. No, go
Yeah,
ahead.
but like I said, yeah, but when I box a good lads, you'll see. I know he's a good lad. He's decent, but I'm better, and I'm ready to show that. And yeah,
And now, main eventing in Sheffield on the GBM show on September the 27th. Shakiel Thompson, 12-0, an undefeated fight with 8 wins coming by way of knockout, versus obviously yours truly, River Wilson Bent, for the IBF European and WBO global middleweight titles.
yeah, man. His O's got to go, man. Got to go. I'm going to take it. Yeah, man. It's a great fight. He's got good titles. He's a beatable champion. Do you know what I mean? He's a very, very beatable champion, and I'm going to do it. I'm happy. I'm confident. You know what? They'll give me I think, 2 months. 2 months preparing for it. They want the kid beat. He's gonna get beat. I'm gonna be ready, man. Like I said, my weight's good at the minute, so I was just normally it's a little bit of a battle with weight that I'm coming from coming from a lot higher. But this time I've kept on it, kept running because of straight after my fight with Matt, I said to Wizzy straight away, I want your boy Shaq. And I had my interviews and I called him out and I said, because like I said, I think he's a beatable champion, man. And you know what? He hasn't. He might have had some good spars, but he's never boxed at a top level, at a high level. He's always boxed people who he's meant to beat. So yeah, man, let's see what he's got.
I
Because
love
I know
to hear
what I can
that.
bring, and I've been through the trenches, and I know that when he gets deep, dirty, and I know in there I've done everything. All the boxes are ticked, and I know if he hasn't ticked any boxes, he's going to get it. So if you listen, tick all their boxes because you're still going to get it, even if you do tick them.
And you've been in there with the elite and the best of the middleweight division, not only in the United Kingdom, but in the world. And talking about that there, one question I have, how does it feel being main event? And then second, again, DAZN, but is it strap season?
Yeah, mate, it's strap season, mate. This is it's gonna relight my career, man. Definitely. I'm not taking this fight super seriously and it's my life, man. Do you know what I mean? So but yeah, headline on the zone. Hey, of course it's good headline on the zone, but mate, it's boxing to me. This is a job.
Yeah.
I love it. It's my day-to-day life. Like if we were boxing first, I'd be happy. You know what I mean? I would.
Yeah,
So I mean,
if you're on the first bout.
Mate, I've done it before where I boxed one of John Peg shows and he's like, well, I've got to put you last with. And I'm like, John, come on, put me as early as on. And she can't. Do you know what I mean? He's like, well, I can't because you sold a few tickets. And I'm like, mate, come on, I'll tell my lads to stay and chill. But please, just get me on early. I'll never get to sit and watch the boxing and enjoy it. But you know what, like I said, I don't mind anyway. I'm going to, yeah, doesn't matter. I can box first, I can box last. Doesn't matter. We're in a ring. I'm going to do my thing.
I love that. And as you broke him down and you said he's been in there with people that he's supposed to beat, but what are you going to do? Do you envision a knockout? Do you envision a stoppage? Or is it by all means necessary having your hand raised? And how does the fight go against Shakiel Thompson?
You're gonna have to fucking tune in and watch, man. I ain't gonna give anything away for this guy. This guy, all I'm gonna tell you that he's gonna get beat. He can say what he wants and he can do as he thinks he please, but I'm to beat him. And I think if I hit it when I clip him, he'll know about it and he'll yeah, and that'll be it. But like I say, he's good and yeah, fair play to him. Let him do his thing, but I'll get to him and I know I will. So it's time. It's nearly time, but it's not nearly time. But in my head, I'm so happy with this fight. I'm just like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it's actually accepted it. I generally think they weren't going to do it. So I called him out a few times, and he was like, signed the contract, and there was a bit of negotiation with money. We weren't happy at the start. Do you know what I mean? But we got to a stage now where we were happy, and yeah, I'm in my head. I'm just like, I'm going to get them titles. They're going to be mine. They're going to look good on me.
They're not only going to look good on you, but when you come back home, you're going to have one for the little girl, one for the little boy.
Yeah, that's it, man. The kids are going to be popping.
I love that. And just before we conclude, the middleweight division is booming. It is stacked. You mentioned Jordan Reynolds there. I was there ringside for that night, and most didn't expect it to go 10-round war. Most didn't expect it to be they expected it to be a war, but they didn't expect a decision. Jordan Reynolds versus Joe Bartel. Did you manage to watch that, and what did you think?
No, I didn't get to watch that one. No. Oh. Jordan Reynolds is a good fighter, but he's another one, mate. If he's in my lane and we get paid good money, and he's got something that I want, yeah, man, I'll let it go. But yeah, this is what I mean. I want these fights now where I'm going to get the good fights and get the money and get the titles that I want.
And he's scheduled to fight in Texas next, but I believe he's a Commonwealth eliminator. He's next in line for the Commonwealth. Another fight, Linus Adofia, fighting for the English title in his second attempt. What do you make of that?
Yeah, Linus is a good lad. We got offered that fight with Linus Adofia for English title a while ago. To be fair, it's hard. Brad Paul still had it, but I'm pretty sure we offered the fight for Linus, but they only give us again 3 weeks notice. Obviously, me as a fighter, I'm fighting. Yeah, let's go. My coach and manager said, "Look, we want a full camp for Linus, respectable." Yeah, but I think it'll be a good fight. I think Linus wins it. I think he becomes 2-time English champion. Right? I think he wins it, but then if that fight comes up, man, obviously I'd like to box Linus and I'll take their belts. I'll take his other belt. I'll be the English champion, the IBF European champion, and the WBO champion.
And do you regard the English lower than the European, or do you value it more because it's a historical belt and it's a traditional route?
It's just completely 2 different routes, ain't it?
Mm.
You go like that. Obviously, you got the English, British, and then you got the IBF, so you go through their different rankings.
Yeah, international.
But you know what? It's not like I wouldn't turn it down. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no,
definitely, I think the last day feel like it'd be a good fight, but it's got to make sense.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
And it could hopefully headline GBM's next show when they come back to York or anywhere, because it's the main event fight to Britain's best middleweights. So then talk about that one there. Brad Pauls, you mentioned, former English champion, now British champion. What did you make about his first contest with Heaney and knockout in the 12th round?
I thought the first contest, I thought he was very unlucky to win it.
Mm.
I thought he was very unlucky to win it. I thought he would. But I thought he'd beat. I knew he'd beat Heaney the second time. I've sparred Heaney. I was meant to box Heaney. I got made mandatory to box him for the English title before Tyler.
Wow.
But the problem was, when I sparred him, didn't I? It took about a few months beforehand. Bad mistake. Yeah. And then, let's say I did get the fight. Then they withdrew from the thing.
You mentioned out there Tyler Denny versus Felix Castro. You managed to watch that?
Yeah, man. What a fight, man. Big up Tyler Denny. Go on, lad. I like Tyler. He's a good guy. There was a bit of beef between me and him. Obviously,
yeah.
Misunderstanding. We're both the same people. We both love our families, and we're both boxers. But mate, I thought he beat. I thought he would beat him. I thought for Felix Cash to come back against Tyler Denny, when Tyler Denny is on such a rise, I was like, wow, it's a bit hard fight. I was like, has Felix Cash still got it? He's still got the dog in him. Because Tyler Denny will drag you into that dog fight. And Tyler, I can admit this, Tyler, you can watch Tyler from a far away and watch him at ringside and think, he ain't that good. He ain't that good. You know what I mean? I could do this to him, I could do that to him. When you get in there with him, different kettle of fish. What he does in that ring, I'm gonna say stuff because obviously boxing hands and shreds, but when he gets in there, he's a different level.
And both of them, two former competitors you fought, now coming to face each other. Obviously, first of all, what did you make of Hamza's bout against Austin Williams? And then he should have been next in line for the WBC middleweight title, but now break down Hamza's fight versus Austin, and then now Tyler versus Hamza Shiraz at Wembley on that magnificent card, because you've been in there with both of them. How do you see that going?
I knew Hamza Shiraz would stop him. I just thought when he's gonna, and he was just like a nice clinical performance. He took his time. He didn't rush. Ammo never really had him in in trouble or danger at all. I didn't think. I felt like he hit him with one good shot in the second round, and it was just a good shot. Hamza just did what he did. He went back to the rope, put his hands up, took some shots in the gloves, and then got back to what he was doing. He's a very professional and very, very articulate. He's a great fighter. And like I said, he took his time, and I felt them jabs and I felt them backhands, and they hurt. Kind of like the hardest punch I've ever been in with. He had stones for hands. I give him that. And yeah, look what he did to Ammo's face, and then bam, when he got the stoppage, it was. I felt like he could have pushed for the stoppage a lot earlier, but he was he was enjoying it, man. He was taking his time, and then he got the clean stoppage, man. It was a great decision from the ref as well.
And then just before we conclude, who do you see winning that one, Tyler or Hamza?
Cool. You know what? You can't, I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, like my family, like my friends are like, Hamza's gonna smash him. Do you know what? Never overlook Tyler Denny. I'm telling you this now, man. Like, never overlook him, man. Like like I said, Hamza's very professional and he's very, very disciplined. So if Tyler could drag it depends if Tyler could drag him out of that discipline. You know what I mean? But I don't know if he will be able to. But if he can drag him out of that discipline, Tyler can make it messy. Horrible.
And before we conclude, Denzel Bentley, what do you make of him? Obviously, over Danny Dignam, knocked him down 3 times and stopped him.
Yeah, to be fair, I thought it would be a good fight. I thought it would be good, but Denzel Bentley's obviously he's a banger. He's a good puncher. I just felt like after the Heaney fight, he read the script wrong for the Heaney fight, and I felt like he was trying to load up way too much, and Heaney just outboxed him at times. But yeah, I feel like Denzel Bentley's got loads left. Loads. Yeah. He's coming back. He's got loads left.
He's fighting in 3 weeks' time, and at York Hall, I'm not sure if there's a title on that yet, but if it would be, he'd be defending his international. Before we conclude, I don't think there's anything I've missed there, but I know not to overlook your next opponent, but once you win the IBF and the WBO Global, where do you want to go from there? Is that the English title with Linus? Where do you want to go from that one? Because there's the middleweight division stacked.
Mate, you know what? I'm not even overlooking this fight. This fight is the only thing that I've got in my mind. I'm up in the morning, running in the morning. I've got Shakiel Thompson in my mind. Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, I'm confident, I'm happy, I'm buzzing. Let's get it. That's it. But I'm not overlooking him, so I'm not even looking what's next. It's like I want the titles. They're my titles. My screensaver, you got my phone. Like, I don't know a picture of my kids and my family, but it's the titles. They're coming home with me. Do you know what I mean? My titles. So
I love that. Ezra Taylor actually done that. He showed me back in January. His screensaver was, and I think he was WBC international champion at the time, which he is, but he was fighting for the Commonwealth silver. He wrote it, he envisioned it, and it said 8-0 on it. Now, talking about that, we now just before we conclude, I want to pick up on two things. How did it feel? Obviously, not the best topic, but Coventry losing to Luton in the final. But how did it feel going toe to toe with Man United in the semi-final of the FA Cup, which should have been yours?
Yeah, mate. What a good game, mate. To be fair, this is going back, man. This is as well.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah,
Yeah, mate. It's fucking both brilliant, man. Obviously, it's crap. We can always be very unlucky, man. And that's what I mean with Cobb with the Man U, man. It's destined to win. It was destined, well, you're not destined to win, but it was. If we won, what a great game.
yeah. You
And
should have
it
won.
always when the odds against us, with Man U, we beat them before. Do you know what I mean? The odds are against us, we go do it. But big up Cobb City, man. They're doing their thing.
I love that. And all the Coventry natives, not only in football, but boxers are making them proud, the city proud, and the UK proud. Just before we conclude, as you said, again, Shakiel Thompson for the IBF European, the only thing on your mind, tunnel vision. And before I let you go, would you say this is the best training camp you've had in your professional career? And what's the final message to the fans, supporters, and for Fight Night and everyone that's tuning in, sending messages and has bought tickets to come and watch? And God willing, and the new.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is this will be the best camp. I'm already flying already at the minute, and we've still got 2 months to go. So I'm feeling $1 million. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone, my sponsors, to my manager, to sorting this out for GBM, having me back on again, headlining, and my coach Brendan Norman for the same old stuff that we're doing, man. It's just another one. It's another night. It's another good night under the lights. And to all my fans and my friends, like, I'd say fans, but they are who buy tickets. They're all my friends, and I've got a solid number of people coming over to Sheffield, and we're going to rip it up, man.
Love to hear that. River, I promise next time I catch up with you, it'll be after the fight and I won't keep it a year this time. God
I'll have the
bless. Thank you
straps. I'll
so
have the
much.
straps, bro.
Rap season, come on. God bless you, River Wilson, Ben. All the best on September the 27th.
Top man. I'll catch up with you soon.